Hey, I'm Zero, and this is Only Nice Things, the show that punishes negative opinions with alcohol. Today we're going to talk about South Korean director Bong Joon-ho's Parasite. Kim Ki-woo and his family live in a poor sub-basement apartment and get by on doing odd jobs like folding pizza boxes. One day, he's offered a chance to be an English tutor for a wealthy family's daughter because his friend decides to go study abroad.
부잣집과예요. 돈도 많이 줘.
Ki-woo is able to con his way into the job by convincing the simple-minded mother, Mrs. Bak, that he has the credentials and skills to properly tutor her daughter.
만약 지금 실전 수능이고 이게 첫 문제였으면 넌 시작부터 완전 엉킨 거야.
Once hired, he notices that there are other staff members working for the Baks that he could conveniently replace. Will Ki-woo be able to successfully con his new rich employers into hiring his family and take them out of poverty? Will his mother, father, and sister be able to pull off the roles of highly sought-after help? And finally, will anyone take the time to fix those flickering lights? While I keep this review relatively spoiler-free, I highly recommend going in as blind as possible. With that said, let's say some nice things about this film. Parasite is definitely one of the more unique stories I've seen in recent memory. I love the idea of conning your way into a better class bracket and the fake-it-till-you-make-it attitude the characters need to display in order to win over the well-off family.
아 잠깐. 제시카 외동딸 일리노이 시카고 과선배는 김치모 그는 이사촌.
Bong Joon-ho's script also knows how to keep you fully engaged by dropping character details early on that become these light bulb over your head moments later in the story. I love that Ki-woo's sister, Ki-jung, helped her brother Photoshop his documents earlier in the film, and then later Mrs. Park reveals she's looking for an art tutor for their youngest son. This is such a fun, clever way to let the viewers see the dominoes being set up and feel like they're in the know before the filmmakers go and knock over the next piece. Bong Joon-ho has created some really quirky characters that you want to root for, but also begin to question how long they'll be able to keep this up. Song Kang-ho is always fun to watch as a lovably determined father whose charade you'll subtly see unravel during the film. Bak So-dam's transformation from the sister Ki-jung into the art therapy teacher Jessica is so mesmerizing to watch, it throws out any doubts that she'll be able to convince Mrs. Park of her talents. Song Kang-ho is my favorite South Korean actor, and I love the scene where he has to literally rehearse with a script on how they're going to convince the Parks to reconsider their current housekeeper. Parasite has some beautiful looking compositions scattered throughout the slum neighborhood and upscale gated home. Sometimes it was something simple, like making a character feel crammed into the frame by the fushy family members, or constantly drawing your eye to the basement door. The director joked that the mansion was donated by a rich cinephile, when in actuality, the intricate home was an elaborately created set piece. They even went as far as to build the apartment complex and surrounding homes in order to put the entire set in a water tank. By doing this, they were able to pull off the impressive flood later on in the movie. Fun fact, Bong Joon-ho said during my screening that the crew actually added beauty mud masks to the floodwaters so it made it look like it was coming from the sewers. I guess it was like a free spa day for the actors. One of the things the movie does so well is that it cleverly lures you in under the guise that it's a con job comedy story before completely ripping the rug from underneath you.
와 여기 진짜 상징적이다.
While the Kims drunkenly celebrate their successful ruse of the Bak family, you can clearly see something is about to go awry. I guarantee your theories about what's gonna happen next are definitely wrong. As I mentioned earlier, the story makes you feel like you know where it's all going, and then suddenly you're hit with a crazy revelation that'll give double meaning to the film's title. Well, that's it for the Only Nice Things portion of this show. If you're sensitive to negative comments or criticisms, you'll probably just want to leave now. Otherwise, stay tuned for the drinking game. Hey there, viewer. Did you know that you can drink along with me to this review? A flashing bottle will come on screen anytime I have something negative to say about the film. This is your cue to drink. Since this is a Korean film, I'll be drinking some peach soju today. And don't worry, I'm not allergic. Oh man, this smells really good. Yeah, I'm not filling these cups all the way. This is 20%. That would freaking kill me. Cheers! While I love Bak So-dam's transformation from the sister Ki-jung into the stoic and stern Jessica, they never actually tell us how she was able to tame Mrs. Park's uncontrollable son. She spent such a short amount of time with him, and then he's miraculously behaved? Maybe it was something I missed, but I don't like this lack of explanation.
다정이는 올라가 있어.
Ooh, this is 20%. I didn't have anything to eat yet. It's gonna be rough. Well, the overall pacing of the movie is great. I feel like once the plot pivots later in the film, Well, the overall pacing of the movie is great. Once the plot pivots later in the film, I feel like it gets thrown a little off course. The movie felt like it was naturally coming to a close when the new story element is introduced, but instead of resolving things right there, the characters flee, and you're left questioning, what the hell just happened? Things obviously get resolved in the next act, but there was such a tense build-up and struggle that I really wanted the movie to wrap it all up immediately in order to keep that momentum of shock and curiosity at a high. It's rough, but tastes pretty good. Feeling that peach. When Song Kang-ho's character Kim Ki-dae has an altercation with When Song Kang-ho's character Kim Ki-dae has an altercation. What's the line? Has an altercation with Mr. Park. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing these names. I'm trying. When Song Kang-ho's character, Kim Ki-dae, has an altercation with the head of the house, Mr. Park, at the end of the film, I don't feel like it's fully justified. To be clear, the movie sets up many little moments where Mr. Park speaks of Ki-dae condescendingly, but I never felt it was so bad that Song Kang-ho's character needed to take it to an extreme. They should have written Mr. Park into a more unlikable character, but as it stands, I didn't think the things he was saying were so bad that it warranted Ki-dae to go over the edge.
시발 다 상관없다 이 말이지. 알겠어?
Time to tally up the drinking score. As you can see, I've had 9 drinks. Despite the negatives, this alcohol is kicking in. Despite the negatives, Parasite is blah 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 blah. Despite the negatives, Parasite is a pretty unique film, and it definitely deserves a lot of the praise it's receiving right now. My only issue with all the positive buzz around this movie is, are we gonna get another unnecessary remake?
Father.
Well, that's it for Only Nice Things. Thanks for watching, and come drink with me next time. Oh, it's so good, but it's so strong. I forgot the rules. I think someone's supposed to drink around me. And well, there's no one else here, so I guess I have to drink. 대박.